Hello everyone, and welcome back to Allthemodium 7. As you can see in the middle of our hotbar, we have an ATM star. We got one. We managed to get one. It took us a little while, about what, 143 episodes? It was pretty quick, quicker than the last one, anyhow. So, what do we do now? Well, I mean, there's only one thing that's obvious that we need to do, and that is make another star. Now, realistically, the second time should be a lot faster. It should be a lot easier because we've already got everything set up, at least to some extent. And on top of that, we now have a star to work with, so we can increase our production, in theory, even better. Now, we do have one issue, which is when I look at the star and I click on it to craft it, it sort of freezes up. It can't comprehend that I would even suggest such a thing as ordering some stuff from it. So I don't really know what the plan is. I'm thinking maybe some of the really hefty recipes, for example, the dimensional seeds, we'll have to order these separately perhaps. And for example, look at this thing here. We only need a little bit of obsidian. I don't understand how we're that close to getting the seed, which I thought was a big issue. One thing I will say though is the nether stars that we need for this thing, they're still very expensive. So what, we need some more antimatter, sure. We can start making the runes. Once again, nether star essence. We'll see if we can tap into this episode, see what we do there. Oblivion shard, sure, we'll order one of those. A different rune, why not? The obsidian, obviously we need some of that. This thing's gonna need a bunch of different ingredients. I'm sure we can do it. And that looks awfully cheap. What else are we missing here? We don't have recipes for the pulsating black hole. We don't have recipes for the Nexium emitter. And apparently not for the dragon soul either. I thought we did, but allegedly we don't. But, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure we can figure it out. The rest of the stuff we pretty much have recipes for. Obviously, creative essence as well. I mean, I'll be honest. We're awfully close already, which is pretty crazy. One thing I do want to do, in terms of what we should spend this star on, the two big options for me would be infinite energy or speed upgrades for our machines. Now, the speed upgrades are insane. They genuinely are. The energy, I think, would only be worthwhile if we happen to have an insane amount of polonium trying to get processed. And we just don't. Currently, we've got a backlog of energy. Energy it wasn't an issue for us. I mean, it was at one point, but we sort of tackled that with these massive contraptions we have here. So I don't think that's the issue, or an issue, I guess. In terms of what we've got over here, stuff, I don't know, it's attempting to order stuff, it's attempting to get us some more antimatter, and it should. Realistically, this guy up here, we should set him to have 9, oh actually, I think 10, because I think we need a few extra bits for I don't know, every so often, the pulsating black hole needs one, and something else needed one as well, but I don't really remember what it was. Was it and the Philosopher's Fuel, so we actually need 11. I believe, all up, because obviously the Wither's Compass needs 3 for each of these as well. So pretty hefty recipes being ordered, but I think it can be done. But look, we've already got one. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. So what else do we need? One thing I kind of want to do as well is somehow maintain spent nuclear waste as a produce. I don't really know the best way to do this. I'm not sure how we can go about doing it, if I'm honest. Because the issue is we don't necessarily need to store it, we just want to get it out of the system. I do have an idea. The idea is, this guy down here is using only 9 channels. I should be able to connect off of this onto the radioactive waste barrel, not just as a storage bus, but also maybe an export bus, possibly from underneath. That's sort of what I'm thinking. So if we break this guy, I might be able to get away with it. So we'll go Flux. We'll try and scroll out. We're getting a lot of lag in the menu for whatever reason. Oh, can I even... It's not even letting me scroll it. Oh, I can't grab the stuff. Oh, you know what? We might have messed up something. Usually when we can't take things out of our system, it means we've placed down something we shouldn't have. So we'll have to check that out later. But anyhow, we'll grab an export bus. Oh yeah, it wouldn't let me grab that as well. We've definitely done something we shouldn't have. Let me look around real quick. Ooh, I see the issue. Our system is offline. Huh. Maybe we do need infinite power. That's quite surprising. I guess we can't keep him running. I mean, once again, obviously there's a clear, simple solution for this, and that's to replace this guy with a flux point. If we can grab one out, we just need one out of the system. If it'll let us. I mean, we can borrow one from somewhere else if need be, or maybe I should just you know. Oh, actually, hold on. I think if I click this, yeah, there we go. Okay, I can grab one out that way. By doing this using a flux point, we can sort of just have a little bit more control in terms of our priority. For example, I can set this guy to be 1000 maximum priority. Make sure this guy's getting power over everything else in the system. So that should be good now. So, does anybody remember what we were doing before I was so rudely interrupted? I think it was an export bus on this guy under here. So we'll follow that up again. Export bus. Obviously we need some cards. So, one crafting card, and then I'll make some acceleration cards. Alright, export bus goes here. Inside of this, we're going to do spent nuclear waste. Right there. We're going to put in acceleration cards and, what do you call them? Crafting cards. And that should be good. This guy should then have it fulfilled. We should be constantly ordering stuff, which we might even be able to look at here. Yeah. It's going to start ordering spent nuclear waste. And that's just the thing it will do. We should hopefully see that happening more and more and more. Hopefully. Yeah, see, another one popped up there. Awesome. The beauty of that is if we come over to our B area, which is where we make all of our, where is the stuff? Here we go. Where we make all of our radioactive honeycombs. This area is just going to constantly get irradiated now. See, look, this guy's filling up with spent nuclear waste, and then obviously it gets broken, it gets placed again, and it's empty again. And so that's just going to keep releasing radiation, making this area horrible and horrible and horrible and horrible, but good for us, because we're going to get a bunch of honeycombs. Sweet. Awesome. So, what's next? Well, very quickly, we can actually take care of that dimensional seed by chucking in some obsidian seeds. Now, I don't think we have obsidian seeds, so I don't really know how we got the obsidian prior to this, but we'll probably just do the seeds. It's a simple way to do it, I imagine. Yeah, obsidian and some essence, so we'll fly all the way over to our sort of seed area. So we'll jump in here, go ahead and craft some of the seeds if I can figure out where they were. Oh yeah, I did bookmark them. So there we go, grab that. Awesome. We'll fly up here. This system still partially broken for some reason, but I mean, it gets the job done. It's just a little less reliable than I wanted it to be. But I should be able to order 1000. Like, it should just be a thing we can do. So I'm going to order it. You know what? Here's what I think the issue is. I'm pretty confident that the problem is with the essence. So for example, we need tertium. I'm going to go ahead and craft separately however much we need, or even more than that. So it says we need 4000. I'm going to craft like, I don't know, like 10,000. You know what I mean? Just to make sure that we have it all here. It's all ready. So when I order the obsidian seeds, it shouldn't have to craft any. And we shouldn't have any problems. It should just be able to do it. And so hopefully we get exactly that. It's possible the crafting of the seeds is an issue as well. It's sort of like you want all the ingredients at once. I guess that's my best guess as to why this stuff breaks. But as you can see, there's particles flying around. The seeds are being made, which is pretty good. 100 already. We should get 200. The fact that there's 100 there is really good because that means, yeah, look, 200. Okay, the entire system is just crafting obsidian seeds. That's awesome. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so. Listen, I know I'm holding off on the ATM star. It's because we have one, right? So I want to make sure how we spend this is smart. You know what I mean? I don't want to mess this up. What else can we do? Obviously, we're waiting on those. Yeah, I don't really know. I guess we can make recipes for these different things, like the pulsating black hole and stuff. That stuff. Where did we set up the reactor? Not the reactor, the pressure chamber. That's over here, right? This guy, we might struggle getting this guy to be the perfect pressure. I'm not really sure how we're going to reliably keep this guy fully pressured, because the way we did it previously was really silly. We literally just sped this guy up like crazy and it just almost like exploded on us. Yeah, we are going to have to mess around with this. I'm thinking if I go tube, you can get better tubes. And as you can see, the current ones we use have a maximum pressure of 5, which means once they reach above 5, boom, they explode. These next tiers do 10. These next tiers again do 20. That is honestly plenty. So I think we can do that. Although, as you can see, the recipes to make this stuff, you have to do a little bit of work, which we're not really big fans of here. Molten plastic in a thermo-pneumatic processing plant. As silly as that sounds, I think we might be able to do that. Like, this stuff all looks reasonably doable. 2 tanks. We're going to need some more slabs, which need some more stone. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get a few slabs. 1, 2. That should be fine. And there we go. Okay, so we've got one. Cool. Here he is. He's awesome. So if I just put molten plastic in there, then we're good. In order to get molten plastic, wait for the advancement to go. And what I would need to do is put in some LPG, or I guess some sort of diesel, biodiesel, biodiesel or LPG, and some coal, and we'll get some plastic. We can do that. I'm just wondering, is there we can't cheat the system at all? Mechanism tanks. Is there a way to get a different, basically what I'm trying to see here is if there's a way to get it differently, but it seems like this is the way to do it. So we're going to use this same plant to make all those different things, right? We're going to, how do we get LPG? We get that from a refinery. Yeah, okay. Refinery controller, refinery outputs. Sure. And then we need crude oil. One of these crude oils. There's 2 of them. Okay. We'll think about it. I think that'll definitely make that system a little bit better. What was the other stuff we needed? The dragon soul. We can autocraft, as you can see, quite a lot of this. Oh, apparently we need some more dragon scales. We'll check out how that works in a second. And then we also manually need an empty soul gem. That's going to be a ritual. We could probably figure that out. The Nexium emitter. Most of this stuff, once again, it looks like we can pretty much order. Some of these are going to be little things that we probably can automate if we really want to. This thing as well, I think we did manually. And then creative essence. Once again, surprisingly something that it looks like we can easily craft. We're just going to need that master crystal, which I believe is also already over in this crafting area inside this guy. So, cool. So here we go. Boom, boom. That is the creative essence. We can go ahead and put that guy back. I mean, listen, in terms of progress, we're doing pretty good. Once again, even just doing that little thing manually, I kind of want to automate that. But I'll be honest, there's still bigger fish to fry, in terms of setting up automation. All right, well, anyway, let's go ahead and get this dimensional seed done. So we're going to jump over here. We'll go ahead and remove the uranium seeds. We'll search obsidian seeds, and we'll drag these guys in. And in the perfect world, once these guys empty themselves, which looks like it's happening pretty much right now, we should get obsidian seeds. Beautiful. And they should process, and it should be marvelous. Now, this guy only has to run a few times, and then we'll have all of the obsidian we need, right? We only need 6,000 or something. Something small. The nether star seeds, we still need an incomprehensible amount. We just need an insane amount. We need 2 million more. We currently have 100,000. That's going to take a crazy amount of time. I think we do it. I think we invest our ATM star into some creative flux efficiencies. I'm going to do it. Or at least I'm going to try to. And we'll see if we can do that this episode. So, in order to do that, we need to turn our star into shards. To do that, we need to put them through a crusher of some sort. We can do that. Now, before we do that, let's make sure we can even craft the rest of this stuff. Because as you can see, at the moment, we've got the corners. That's about it. The rest of this stuff might be fine, but it also might not be. So we probably should just double check before we craft the shards and realize, it's really difficult to get something we need. So, to start off, let's go ahead and make this charged snowball. It's going to be a snowball in an energizer. That might sound pretty silly, but I believe it's easily automated by chucking that guy in there. Cool. Next on our list is going to be a lightning charge. This is going to be coal, gunpowder, and blitz powder. Now, blitz powder, you can get from a blitz mote, it says, or from a blitz bee. That's probably what we're going to do, because I don't think we have any of these blitz things lying around. Or, I guess, a blitz prediction, so either or. If we search blitz... Oh, we do have a few, you know what? We have 27. Obviously, that's not an infinite amount, but I guess if we make 27 shards or 27 things, then, I don't know. Basically, what I'm saying is, it's a problem for another day. So we'll chuck these recipes in there. Finally, we have the redstone flux cell. Obviously, that's cured rubber. I thought that was ink sacs. Obviously, that we'll have to figure out the recipe for. The frame, that also doesn't look too bad. It'll need an electrum gear. That's doable. And then the rubber is going to be, I imagined it's going to be smelted rubber. So I'll put that in the smeltery. And this rubber, there's obviously a few options. I'm pretty sure we can get like a, I guess maybe that is the recipe. I'm pretty sure there's a way you can get the liquid. Like you can pull it from a tree. Or at least I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Regardless though, where are we? Cured rubber. Do we want to do dandelions or do we want to do vines? Is basically the question of the day at the moment. Because vines we can make with nature essence, which I don't know if we have. And dandelions, we can't. But we can also grow them. In terms of dandelions, we have some. We don't have infinite. We are also using we're using sunflowers. Hold on. I do know where we have some of these machines over here. These are sort of our like random little bits that we need maintained, but we don't need a crazy amount of. So we've got sunflowers growing, and that's kind of it. We do have poppies. What we could do is we can just chuck a phytogenic insulator here and just set him up to do whatchamacallums. Dandelions. Why not? With that being said though, I think maybe it's not here. I was gonna say I thought we had a like nature seeds growing somewhere. It's possible it's even over on this field here. Because we've got a bunch of different stuff. A bunch of inferium, a bunch of nether quartz. And then in this corner we have some stuff. Yeah, we've got a nature seed there. So he's kind of covering the vines perspective. I'll tell you what, we'll chuck in a dandelion. Why not? The more the merrier, sure. So we'll chuck him in there. In terms of the configs, I believe it looks like we're going to do output at the bottom. We're going to do input from behind, so that does the water. These guys need the cyclical doohickeys, as well as a resonant integral, as well as a flux linkage amplifier. And we'll get 2 of them. Okay, we can't afford 2 of them. Awesome. But the rest can go in, and that should work. Then obviously power. Boom. Cool. So this should work. This should at least make us some dandelions. Bada bing, bada boom. All that's left is to do that. Awesome. So we'll do that recipe. Is basically what I'm getting at here. So we'll go crafting, fly back over here, and make the rubber. So we're going to do bucket of water and dandelions. Awesome. These recipes are going to go in here. And of course, the smelted rubber will go there. Wonderful. So, can we make this stuff now? I think we pretty much can. What was it for again? It was for the flux efficiency. So we can craft, we can craft every single piece. I'll order it just to make sure that it actually does happen. Everything else looks like it's finished. All that's left is the star. Now, we do have crushers through this machine. I'm just trying to look around to see if we have a different crusher I could use, but I think we just do it. I'm going to chuck this guy. You know what? I kind of want to see it happen just to like monitor the speed and stuff. I believe in terms of crushers, it's possible these are crushers. Yeah, they are. So if I chuck this guy in here, oh, it's very fast. Yep. That's 5 star shards, and that's a quest complete. What does the quest give us? Let's have a look. Star shard. Oh, we get some experience. I'll take it, and it does like nothing. Awesome. Next up, we're gonna make this guy. Just looking at the rewards, see if there's anything that was actually like sort of more valuable for us, but kind of doesn't look like it. Tablet of Awakening. That's pretty cool. A Gaia Guardian head. Awesome. But yeah, we're gonna craft one of these now. Boom. There it is. Creative flux efficiency. Now, this guy makes it so that no power is used, and it's very, very fast. Now, how fast is very fast, you might be wondering. Good question. If we open this guy up, he's currently making obsidian, and you can see the speed. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi. About roughly 5 or 6, right? It's around there. If we go ahead and take out one of these flux linkage amplifiers, and we place in one of these creative ones. Okay, wait, no, it's not doing anything yet. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Oh, there we go. So yeah, as you can see, that's it. Now, there's something missing here, which is obviously it's not getting filled up fast enough. So what we can try to do is grab a cyclical upgrade and chuck this guy in here. And so once that obsidian seed gets in there, he'll stay in there. And what you're seeing now is how fast it works. You're not seeing items show up anymore because I believe they're getting taken out fast enough. I believe that this is my understanding once again. The way the integrated dynamics seem to work from my experience is that they sort of they scale up in terms of speed and they scale down at times. So like, as you see there, like it was able to maintain the water and then it wasn't. And then like it's able to take out enough of the stuff, but then it's not. So it's a little bit weird. But nevertheless, we can sort of have a look here in terms of how much we're making. Now, previously, every single time the system ran, you would get 1,000. That's still sort of the case, I guess. But now we're also getting like an extra couple hundred each time, or an extra 50, which doesn't seem like much, but yeah, I mean, I think it is. I think it is worth it. I mean, we're not spending them on anything else realistically, so I'll tell you what. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know. I guess what we could do is here. Let me take these out, and I'll put these back in, and we'll just let him do his thing. I'd love to have them compete. So we'll grab phytogenic insulators. We'll grab 5 of them, because I do want to make more of these. So we'll go ahead and just start ordering some of the stuff. Mass produce it if we can. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm setting up a little experiment. So we'll chuck this stuff in there. That stuff's going to be fast. Everything here should be filled up with water. Awesome. In terms of power, allegedly it doesn't need power. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to put cyclical upgrades in here. And we are going to have to also do another little recipe here. Because none of our gear recipes work. Because they changed them to like, I don't know, be like only one gear recipe. So like, basically a bunch of the gears that we have don't work. That's, I guess, the long story short. So the resonant integral needs lumium gears. So we'll bookmark that. And I think as well they need something else. If we click this, oh god, let me follow it through maybe. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think if we search gear, gold gears, can we craft those? Yep, they seem to work. So I think we just need lumium and signalum or sinalum. Who knows how that's pronounced? It's a global mystery. So we'll chuck those in there. Awesome. So now, you know what? While we're here, let's get the actual recipe for it. I'm aware that it's a niche recipe, to say the least, but surely it's good. So we'll go in here. I think we can craft 3 more. No, we can only craft 2 more. Sure. oh, it's because we've got 1 in there, I think. So can we do 3 now? Yep. So we actually need 2 dandelions, believe it or not. That should, take like a few seconds? Like, it should be good to go now, right? No, we're still missing 2. Awesome. Okay, well, we'll craft 2 for now. You know what I realized as well? You know how we needed 2? Well, in theory, I chuck this guy in here, and once he finishes, we'll probably have enough. 1 second. And there we go. Now, if you place 2 in here, well, you can't. That's sort of, I guess, the trick of the trade. So yeah, cool. So we can put that away. We'll order the 1 more that we need. Wonderful. So over here is going to be our experiment. Now, I don't think this will compete on the same playing field, but I think it'll make a big enough impact that it's sort of better than not doing it, I guess. I mean, bit by bit, star by star, it'll get faster and faster and faster. And not as laggy, I guess, is the real trick there. So, in terms of production, we've got what? 100,000 obsidian. Let's go ahead and stop that for now. So we'll cancel that. In terms of nether seeds, we have 638. Let's see if we can make that an even number. Alright, the answer is no. No, we simply can't. Actually, maybe we can go 50. Alright, I'm thinking what could solve this is if we replace all of these pipes. Now, they're all literally just pipe upgrades that are set to round robin, or at least they should be. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect them all and reconnect them. And hopefully that'll just like refresh the system. And I'll check as well just to make sure they all are round robin. Alright, everything looks good. So I do want to try the seeds once more just to see if somehow me doing that fixed it. In theory, these bottom 12 should have lit up. They appear to not have, which is not hopeful at all. Alright, what I'll try instead is I'm just going to try to do nearest first. We'll see what happens. I don't really know what to expect, but we'll try it. We'll see if it fixes it. It shouldn't, because it shouldn't have broken to begin with, but we'll try this. And then I'll go and we'll test out the differences in those upgrades. Okay, everything should be ready. Let's try this again. Okay, apparently, oh, it's because I got the stuff on me. I was like, apparently we can't afford it now. So 12, order it. The bottom 12 should light up. It looks like they have. I guess we're good. Fingers crossed. Sure. I do see this potentially running into issues in the future, but for now, it appears to work. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, at the moment, especially since these seeds cost a lot, we can't actually run this guy at full force, this big guy. So what I'm going to do is we'll grab out some of these seeds, and we'll place one in each of these. And I guess they're not going to start until we put some power in to begin with. So I guess we're fine as it is. I also don't know if they need a resonant integral component, but I'll tell you what, we've got them. We might as well chuck them in just for that little extra potential, I guess. And then what we'll do is we'll turn them all on. So I'm going to go ahead and get some cables. Make sure these guys can get enough power. They don't need power, allegedly, but you know, we'll chuck. Actually, it's universal cable, so what I can do is actually just attach a point to it. That should be good. So we've got a point. Obviously, this will go in for the insertion, and he'll be ready. He's ready. So here's how it's gonna work. I'm going to. Oh, these have nowhere to go. For 1 second. 1 second. Let's get a chest. We'll get a netherite chest so we can store all the stuff. And one second. Bear with me. 1 second. Grab this. Grab that. Chuck in those. Awesome. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to chuck in the seeds for the nether stars, and then boom, and then boom. Now, I do understand that we currently have this guy full, and I can't really empty him. That's a little bit unfortunate. We had what, like 30, 35 or something? About 34. We'll say 34. 34,000 nether star essence. So that's going up. We've got 35.4. Meanwhile, over here, we've got this much. Now, in terms of the production, these do appear to be slower. We're at 36 now. We're going up. We're almost at 37. This guy's... you know what? The thing is, it's awfully close. And the difference here is 5 of these machines compared to, at the moment, 645 that are running at once. Pretty good. They're pretty good at what they do. They just simply are. They simply are. What I could do, once again, I'm pretty sure the power in them doesn't matter, but we can chuck this on just to help these guys fill up a bit faster and see if that somehow makes a difference. I don't think it does, but you never know, I guess. Alright, so yeah, if you remember, this was at what, like 34? About 34,000. And it's now at 40,000. This one was at 0, and it's now also gotten about 5,000 more. Yeah, they're awfully close. So, I mean, yeah, that is pretty crazy. We've essentially, not quite doubled, but really, like, we've pretty much doubled this entire setup with these 5 machines thanks to the ATM star. So in terms of the grand scheme of things, this is clearly the way to go. Now, what is the plan? I think we do keep these like this, but what I'm going to do is break this chest, make a giant mess, as you can see here, and we'll just store all the stuff in here, right? So what I'm going to do is just run this like so. There we go. So that's connected. So these are going to empty, obviously, into here. Now we can put more of these flux linkage amplifiers. Let's grab 5 more of them. We're missing lead gears. Awesome. Alright, so we've got 5 of these. We can chuck in some extras. Once again, I don't know if it makes a difference, but they're so cheap to put in, we might as well. So now, what do we have? Well, we've got a bunch of essence being created. The problem is, although we have 60,000 here, we still do need 2 million to even begin making the star, which, I mean, it is ridiculous. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. Once again, alternatively, because one thing to remember with these that makes it such an expensive recipe is 9 of these essences creates 1 shard, right? So, yeah. And then 9 of those shards make a star. So if we actually do have a look at the ATM star and at what we need, we only need 100,000 nether stars. And that obviously sounds like a lot less than 2 million. So, in order to get the nether stars, the better option could be, and hear me out, it could be to farm withers, which we can do, by crafting the wither skulls. Because look, we've got 4,000 predictions. That's pretty good. Yeah, we can even do predictions, I guess. But in terms of the skulls, we can craft them using wither skull essence and blank skulls, even though we probably have enough to just use all this stuff here. There's lots of options, right? We could use the essence to make that, and then we could just farm it. And I keep saying just farm it as if it's simple, but it really is. We've got this set up here. Oh god, if we come in through this, I believe this guy's still set up to be ground up. I think that's what this does. That should be chopping them up. And all I need to do is actually just have wither skulls in the system, because we just don't have wither skulls. So not a bad idea. I'll tell you what. Let's give it a shot and see how it compares, because obviously we know how long this takes. It takes long. That's how long it takes. But we can try some other stuff. So let's go. We need a new seed recipe. Oh god, I'm making a mess. Ugh, it's fine. So obviously with a skull, let's go ahead and bookmark this guy. Realistically, we want the wither skull essence, as well as probably whatever we need for a blank skull, maybe. I don't know. Skull. Blank skull. Not craftable. Skeleton skulls. Wither skull essence. Blank skull. Needs soul dust and bone blocks. Those we can get soul dust with. I mean, here's the better idea, right? We get a wither skeleton spawn egg and we just farm them using that, right? Using an actual spawner. I think that makes a lot more sense. I imagine we'll get a lot more skulls as well. Inside this room, we currently have sheep and evokers. The evokers was for the emeralds that we needed. But I think it turned out that we didn't need 6 times and we only needed 5 times. And I mean, we could just make them. So like, we can go in here. That's like another star. That's another star. What we just made? A 5? That's an, I guess. And then we're missing about, about 4 million. Yeah. But I mean, you get the idea, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure what the play is, as per usual. Oh, Dimensional Seed, though, which uses, yeah, the 5 times block. We can craft it. There we go. It's ordered. It's on its way. What I might do is Evoker. I'm pretty sure we can make, yeah, Evoker spawn eggs. We might be able to make... No, we don't have any of the stuff. I'll tell you what. I'm just going to do it. Boom. Wither skeletons are now farmable. Let's get rid of these sheep, which reminds me, I should lower the range on that sheep spawner. By the way, in case you're not too sure how to do that, hold a blaze rod, put quartz in your offhand, and then right click on the machine. So the range for the activation range is fine. The spawn range on this guy appears to be doing them outside, whereas we haven't been getting evokers outside. So we'll just lower that by 1. So now it's a range of 6. I don't really know what that means, but we apparently just need to do it, I guess. I still don't think we should need to, but it seems to be a problem, so whatever. We'll lower that as well. Like, we keep getting sheep outside. Next up, let's turn on the machine. Boom. So now we should be getting everything spawning. As you can see, sheep. I don't know why we're doing sheep, but we've got sheep. And now we've obviously got wither skeletons. And in the perfect world, yeah, we're going to be getting a crazy amount of skulls. Now, the benefit there is what you're seeing right here. It is spawning withers. And it might not look too crazy, because I guess at the moment it's not. Because we need soul sand too, right? Soul sand. Yeah, we don't have much soul sand. How do we get soul sand? Nether essence, fire essence. We can arrange that. Essence, we have a bunch of fire essence. We have a decent amount of nether essence. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, hold on. Alright, so soul sand we already have the recipe for, so all I need to do is maintain it. So let's go in here and drag in our soul sand. Boom. That should then obviously keep the soul sand maintained. And then this guy should spawn like crazy, which I think is what we're seeing. Yeah, so as you see, it's going to spawn a ridiculous amount of withers. More withers than it should. But they're going to die instantly. And what that means is in terms of nether stars, the number of just raw nether stars should just go up quite easily. Quite like pathetically easily. So as you can see, it is. So we just got 10. And we only need 100,000. So I just need to wait, what, 10,000 times the time that took. That's not too bad, right? I honestly, I don't think it is that bad. I think it is the play. As silly as it might seem. So, yeah, because in terms of the wither skulls, we've got more than we're using. Awesome. And so the only possible issue is the soul sand. That's being kept at 1k. That stuff is obviously being made out of nether essence. You can watch it slowly go down here. And fire essence, which you can also watch slowly go down. we could farm that so quickly, so yeah, there it is. This is our new farm. And I'll tell you one thing. What we're looking at right here might not be too crazy, but at the same time, it's just one. You know what I mean? This is just one of these setups. I set up 1,000 of those machines. So once again, realistically, if we want to, we should probably make more of these. Yeah. Or I do have another idea. It's kind of sketchy though, because at the moment our problem is like I don't actually know if we can turn this off. Maybe by looking through here, we can turn it off. Alright, so the last of them are currently being ground up and stuff. What I'm curious about is the constructor, right? The guy making the thing. We can do a creative one. Okay? Now listen, this is where it gets risky. And the destructor, we can do a creative one. Obviously we're going to need a few more constructors versus destructors. We're going to need what? I can't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 constructors. Sure. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to order 5 more on top of what we've already got. And that should hopefully craft at some point this year. Oh, yep, it's done. Wonderful. And we're going to jump in here and we're going to replace this stuff. So obviously it's literally just what we see here already. So I can go ahead and vein mine all that. Maybe, yep. Awesome. Constructors we can place down like so. These are a little bit more finicky to place. I guess we can just put a wool in between. By the way, what's pulling us is that block there, and a tractor is what it's called. They're pretty good. So we'll slap this guy. Oh god. We'll slap this guy here. The destructor we can pick up for now. We can place this guy. Place another constructor. Place a destructor on top. Awesome. Break this guy. And then we'll fill out our forms, right? So with the skulls, sure. Soul sand, also sure. And we'll see what we're dealing with. Yeah. Okay, so. I obviously need to get out of here, which I can do from below, so that should be fine. The final piece of this puzzle is potentially this. Which, as you can see, I mean, it works nicely. I will say, not enough. Not enough. I'm going to go ahead and actually turn this guy off again. Just by disabling that, and we can place that back. I'm going to disable him again. We'll wait for these withers to clear out, and we'll get a better fan setup. Because the attractor, I mean, he works, but he's not... I want him to be a lot faster than he currently is. He's just not fast enough to, what do you call it? I guess just to do what I want him to do. On the topic of that, in terms of the withers, we can't just make like a wither egg, right? I feel like I look this up every single time. But I really want it to be a thing. Alright, so just to follow up here. Oh, he already got eaten. Yeah, hold on. Let me make another one. I'm trying to use a swab on it to see if we can get an egg. But I believe I have to wait for him to fully charge and explode. And I'm going to hope he doesn't blow anything up. But I should, fingers crossed, maybe, possibly, maybe in a blue moon, be able to swab him. So there he goes, maybe. No, he disappeared almost instantly. I'll go build one somewhere else. This sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just go somewhere else and do that. I'll jump into the other, and we'll fly off in the distance. I hope you can spawn him here. I feel like maybe you couldn't, but we'll try. We'll try again. I don't know how far we need to go, and the world also doesn't look like it's loading, so that's good. Yeah, because we do have a wither syringe. That seems familiar, but we just don't have a... I'm guessing we couldn't swab them. And that's the last sort of thing I can think of. Alright, so he's there. I'm trying to swab him. I've punched him. I'm crouching. I'm right-clicking. No DNA. Unlucky. With that being said, I also want to try, just to get, once again, I'm pretty sure we've tried this before, but I just want to be 100%. I'll try the mob imprisonment tool. See if somehow that lets me pick him up. I doubt it, but once again, listen, you got to try everything, because sometimes things update. Sometimes you accidentally become able to. Clearly, in this case, it looks as though that is, well, not the case. If we wanted to, I'm pretty sure the yoinker would work. We might even have one in there already. Yeah, we've currently got a wither in here. Sadly, though, the guy doesn't run anywhere. You know what I mean? Like there's no machines that uses him. They use him? Use him. Yeah. Yeah. We tried. Oh, look, while we're here, I'm not sure what to expect, but do we have still one antimatter? How's this guy going? Is he frozen again? He looks like he's frozen again. We'll cancel him. The beauty here is though, regardless of if he breaks or not, the honeycombs here are going to constantly be being generated, which is I'm very happy about. What am I doing? What am I doing? Where'd I go? What am I doing? Oh yeah, this machine up here. So what we're going to try now is we want to be able to move him a lot move all the withers a lot faster than they currently are being moved. Currently we're doing that with an attractor. It works, obviously not as fast as I want it to. In that case, what we're going to do is grab a fan, a mob fan. We're going to increase its height and its width, sure, and its distance, sure. The main thing though was the speed. Was that a thing? Speed at mob. Oh, sorry. At mob. Yeah, speed modifier. So we're going to get a bunch of these. Boom. You know what? I feel like they're not for the fan because there's like a mob fan distance, you know? Like it's an actual thing at mob and then fan. There's just these three. What do we have down here? We have vector plates, but they have to land on it. Listen, I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to try what we can. Okay, so I'll place this guy here. Maybe we'll get two just to sort of icing on the cake. I don't know. We'll grab some levers. Hopefully these don't blow up. They probably will, but we'll chuck those on. As you can see, they're quite aggressive. They're good at what they do. Let's increase that range and whatnot. And we'll do the same for the other one. Beautiful. So that's probably going to work from outside as well. As you can see, we can't even sort of... Well, I guess there's a wall blocking it, but the second we go in here, it's like you are pushed at that wall. It's pretty good at what it does. We almost got ground up, but we're fine. I'm sure it took a chunk of energy out of this. Yeah. If we want to, which I kind of do, we can go in here, show area. That's the area we're working with. I think we do put some more height modifiers in this. So like max out that guy and max out this guy. That way we know that they're getting pushed. And then I think that's good. We can open this guy. Search with a skull. There it is. Boom. So they're going to be created. And they're all, as you can see, they're getting pushed into that corner. We can craft as many as it will let us. It looks like it's doing a pretty good job. Yeah. I mean, it's looking pretty good. Now, the trick here is the good thing the fans are doing is once they explode, they can then go anywhere, right? They're no longer like sort of being sucked in by the attractor, which means in theory they can hide in the corner, but because the fans are pushing them, they don't get that option. Now, I must state, don't do this on the server. This is dumb. This is very dumb to do. I can do this because I'm only ruining my experience, you know what I mean? I'm only lagging, and even then, it might not create that much lag, but it's just me. I'm the only one here. It's just me. When there's 100 people doing this, that is like 10,000 mobs on the map at once, making explosions and stuff. Horrible. Genuinely just horrific. So just, you know, be smart about it. Regardless though, we should now be getting nether stars. So what are we looking at now? Yeah, I mean, we got 200. Once again, it doesn't feel like a lot compared to what we get from the nether star essence, but these are full nether stars. Each of these we can genuinely craft if I click on them. Each of these costs 27. So essentially, it's the equivalent of, let's do a little bit of math. What is it? About 250 times 27. So we've essentially gotten 6,000. So it's still not fast enough. I mean, it's just not. But once again, it's only one of them. I'll tell you what. I kind of want to make a big factory for doing this. Like, producing insane amounts, like incomprehensible amounts. There are machines that do this with the builders. If we search wither, they're okay. The problem is I don't see them being faster than this. I just simply don't. I don't think it's possible. I'm trying my hardest to think of how we get these nether stars faster. With that being said, I mean, our current upgraded system and how we're generating nether stars, it's honestly really good. Like it just simply put, it's really good. It's really good. I genuinely, I think we stick with it. I think we try and get another star. We set up more of these, and we just keep doing that. I mean, it seems like the play. Yeah. Oh my God. What was that from? Oh, that's from yeah, that's from the blood magic stuff. I don't even know where that's happening. From over here. Yeah. Kind of meant to turn this machine off. Yeah. Okay, so sadly this episode we didn't really do much automation. I mean, we messed around with some of the stuff we had. We can try to look at the star again and see if it'll at least show us the attempt at the recipe, but it just can't. He can't comprehend. He's like, nah, I can't do it. Which is unfortunate, but I do think we're getting there. I do think we are very close again to getting another one. If we look at this list, obviously we need a few things. I think, what are we crafting currently? Currently we're still crafting the seed. No, I think it's currently broken. I don't know why it's currently broken, but it does appear to be for whatever. Oh, it's because of this guy over here. I think the emerald goes in the middle, right? Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So that's the dimensional seed done. Obviously, we were ordering this stuff. We'll cancel it because it looks like it froze a little bit. This dimensional seed is done. We can go back to the star. What's left? Realistic, obviously, like the nether stars. But in regards to the other stuff, yeah, it's not that bad. Ones that I don't know who I'm trying to convince, whether I'm trying to convince you guys or trying to convince myself. This guy has a lot of auto crafting to do. What's that for? That's for the Philosopher's Fuel. We have a lot of work to do with Philosopher's Fuel. And then that, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I'm honestly just so relieved that we have the star. Look at how beautiful our base is. Look at that star. Spectacular. I'm happy we've had the ability to play with these upgrades. Let me know what machine you want me to try them in and how that might benefit us. In the perfect world, this would have been a creative upgrade for like the Wither Builder, you know what I mean? And that would be insane. Now, I know some of you might suggest this, like using the Fido Grow. Usually we get these suggestions. It doesn't actually work. So this is meant to get used up when you use this setup. And we can even show it off over here on some of these machines that don't run instantly. I've got this Fido Grow in here, and it just doesn't work. He doesn't produce more. He literally, see, just one shows up. That's all he does. So it doesn't work. Sadly. There is also... Oh, those are from Industrial 4 going, yeah, gotcha. At Thermal. Is there any way to get another star aside from what we're already doing? Listen, I don't think so. I think what we're doing is just the best we can do. I will say one thing, though. One thing that I sort of didn't think about. We can time in a bottle. We have a lot of time in our bottle. He doesn't use any power. Currently, we have 260,000. This thing is going as fast as physically possible. It's struggling a little bit in the water department. In terms of the resources, I mean, the issue is the water. He needs more water. I wonder if we can get another sink, slap it on the side, and have him auto input, and that might somehow maintain. Let's go ahead and disconnect this, open this. Set left to input, auto input. Yeah, see, now he's maintaining with water. This thing's filling up with stacks. He genuinely can't get the stacks out fast enough. That right there is impressive. What we can try here, if we really want to, is get a chest, get the stack upgrades again, and do that. Chuck this guy on top. Set him to have auto output. Break this. Place you. Chuck in you. And see, now it's not slowing down. Now, that's just the speed it runs. Okay, hold on. Let's speed this guy up like crazy again. So this is now him running full speed, fully. Oh my God. Listen, if that's not impressive, then I do not know what is. I don't know what is. That is phenomenal. Keep in mind, this entire episode, this thing's been running. We went from, we went pretty good, to be honest. We went from what, like, I don't even remember what it was. Was it 25,000 or was it like 45? I don't know, but regardless, we had under 100,000, right? And now we're up to 270. In the time that this guy's been running it, and I don't want to spoil it because I don't know what number it'll be either. I'll wait for this to run out, and I'll show you what's in that chest above him. All right, there we go. It's done. We just got 80,000. Now, to be fair, that used up an hour of our time in a bottle, but it's pretty crazy. If there's another way to accelerate ticks, then we could potentially try to manipulate that in our single player world. I know a bunch of the other mod packs that we were playing had ways to speed things up. Like they've got like acceleration ones and stuff. I don't think we have that here. Acceleration ones, doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. Let me know. Projectile spells, accelerating standing stone. Let me know if you know of a way to speed these guys up. If you, I don't know, if you just happen to know of a block that does it. Obviously, we've got the time in a bottle. It's in a thing by itself. We don't have like Watch of Flowing Time in this mod pack, sadly. Yeah, cool. Regardless, I'm pretty happy. Oh, to be fair, he was receiving the goods from these as well. It's not just the one machine. But regardless, I think it is still pretty impressive. And then I guess I can chuck you in there. And then he'll slowly but surely empty. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy. So yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. Is a lot more of this and a lot more of that. But yeah. I'm just trying to think of like what else we could do. Yeah, I think this might be painful because it's sort of tedious, especially at this point. But I think that we will next episode. I'll try not to mess around too much, and we'll just start knocking things off again, fully automating it. We'll see if we can automate the star. Listen. I kind of want to. We'll see if we can get to it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, hopefully we'll still have some fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. In terms of All the Mods 8, I still don't know. I'm still undecided. I don't know. We are halfway through this month. From a YouTuber perspective, if I was to start a new series, this would be the month to do it. Maybe. I don't know. December's pretty good in terms of viewership, in terms of money, in terms of everything. The problem is what follows is January, and everyone says January is a bad month. So if I start it now, then I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I'm probably not going to let that influence me too much. We didn't for the last series. I think we started the last series roughly the same time, maybe. And I think January ended up being like our best month ever, which was phenomenal. We'll see. I'll tell you what. I'll look around. We've still got like stone block and stuff to jump back into if we want to. We have all the mod 7 to the sky we could touch on. Regardless, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.